he's going for, I think, probably just turn 1 Lele into Bridget. Or not.
Ultra Ball for the Drampa.
Maybe the Bridget was prized.
Maybe.
I did see him searching a lot.
Right. I don't know. My only issue with Drampa here, assuming he's going for Drampa as like a main attacker, is in Expanded, you're even less likely to get Seeker Base staying on board. And so that's essentially 3 turns of attaching energy, assuming you attach rainbows and whatever, to get a Drampa like online hitting for 150.
That's if he even plays
Rainbow.
The stadium.
Yeah.
No, what's it called? I already forgot. Magma Base.
That is a Tauros with a belt online, so that's pretty scary. And this is a very active Tauros.
Yeah, I guess it really just depends on like how many items he plays. Like if he can keep his items low to where that Tauros never gets one shot, it can do some damage.
Well, Righteous Edge is gonna wreck that Tauros.
Yeah. Makes me wonder why he even bothered to attach it instead of just waiting to use it on a Night Marcher.
Yeah, I'm not really sure either. It seems like a very risky, kind of bad play. He's going to Trainer's Mail. Looks like Belt was his only option. Oh, D-Valley.
Yeah.
But he's going to go for the Belt.
So I didn't see any Nine Marches in the hand or in the discard.
All I see is a Versus Seeker, Field Blower. There's a Lampent. Whoop-de-doo.
There's a Battle Compressor.
It's a very scary Lampent. Maybe he texts the Litwick.
No. That's not a tech. That's just a poor life choice. I don't know. I actually tried doing that. Like when Nine March first came out, like back when Phantom Forces.
Oh god.
I tried using Litwick. It didn't work. It did not work. I was like, it's just it'll be another attacker. It's fine.
Well, there's a Float Stone. If he can go ahead and get a Garbotoxin online, that's gonna help like slow down this game tremendously. Because it's gonna shut Night March down from playing any more Shamans.
I think he had a Field Blower in hand. So
that is a fair point. He does have a Field Blower in hand.
So yeah, in the perfect world, it would be nice, but if he does go for it, I mean, obviously we know he has the answer. But in the moment, yeah, it seems like a pretty good idea. Yeah, and that is actually what he's doing. So still not really doing much yet.
Now here's the thing: if he has Basic Energy Choice Band in hand, he one-shot Shaman.
That is true.
I mean, that's if he has it though.
Is that a DC on the Drampa?
If not, yeah, it looks like it. If not, he has a DCE in hand, but he's gonna play N. I believe it's DCE.
Another thing I was gonna point out was Guzma or Lysander brings up the Toro so he can knock off the energy.
Yep, that too.
But he just played N. He did shuffle away the DCE.
And he did shuffle away the Night March player's Field Blower. I mean, he doesn't know that, but that's pretty relevant.
Yeah. That could make a difference.
Come on. Basic Energy Choice Band. I want to see it. I don't think he got there.
He got the DCE.
Ooh. He can get there with that computer search. He's got Choice Band in hand.
Ah! He's discarding it.
Rip. Well, I thought he was going to get there. So he's going to get the Rainbow?
He values getting his board more set up instead of just taking out a Shaman. Which does make sense. Like, he could come in, knock out the Shaman, get 2 prizes, but then the Shaman doesn't really do anything to him anyways.
Nah, I'm greedy. I would have got that Shaman. Because he's got Versus Seeker DCE in hand, I would have just pitched the DCE. I'd have got greedy. It's Night March. I want those 2 prizes. Because then assuming you take out that Tauros, it's a 2-prize game.
He is just going for the GX attack. I forget what it's called.
Big Wheel?
Sounds about right.
Between the 2 of us, we can get there. What I remember, you'll forget, and what you remember, I'll forget.
I forget everything, so you'll remember everything.
But I'm the one that's bad at this game. There is a Joltik.
And Righteous Edge does 20, correct?
Yes.
Not even strong enough to take out a Joltik. Goes for a Trainer's Mail. You know, it's really bothering me that half of the Night March players' cards are upside down.
Yeah, it's kind of triggering me too.
Like, how do you even deal with that?
I don't know, man. I haven't done that since I was a kid.
I imagine it just makes shuffling so awkward. That and visually, it just bothers me.
Right. I know, what's his name? Gene got stopped by the judge because one card in his discard pile was upside down.
Who?
Gene. The guy we were talking about using his camera.
Oh, okay.
For future events. Yeah, they were worried about him marking that one card by having it upside down. It was a parallel city.
I mean, I can see that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty noticeable difference when only a couple cards in your deck are upside down.
At the same time, though, a parallel city upside down in your discard pile is pretty easy to accidentally do.
That is true, but he could have intentionally... Like, I'm not saying he did it, but people can intentionally leave cards upside down so that when they shuffle them back into their deck, it's easily seen.
Fair point.
I'm not saying he did it, but...
Did that Joel... How many Night Marchers does he have? I think he only has 4, right?
I don't know. I wasn't paying
No,
attention.
he only has 3.
But there's a choice ban.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 3 for 60, plus the 30.
Yeah.
So.
What's the confusion?
I misunderstood. Never mind. Anyway, that's a Trash Lanch. And a Versus Seeker for the end, probably? No, the Guzma.
It is a Trash Lanch, but how much is it actually doing?
That's the question, because... Okay.
I assume the Trash Lanch wouldn't have been enough to knock out anyways.
Does he have the energy? Or is he just going to go for... He has the Rainbow in hand. Does he have the Choice Band? Or is he just going for a Righteous Edge? Righteous Edge isn't terrible here, because it is Night March. So, just knocking off DCs can win games. I mean, he is going to play a Special Charge, but one Special Charge only gets you so far.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Trash Lanch is only doing 100 damage.
So
assuming I counted right.
He does have Choice Band and Rainbow in hand.
There's a Rainbow, maybe.
He's got Knockout if he wants it. And the thing is here, he gets return KO'd by the Joltik. So...
Is he... Okay, no, he's going for Righteous Edge.
I don't know why I wouldn't have attached the Rainbow there if you're just going for the Righteous Edge play.
It gets it out of the hand in case your opponent plays N. If that's what he's worried about.
So there's another Belt. A D-Valley. Another Shaman.
So I see 3 2-prize Pokemon in play. So that might be what he goes for.
Yep. And there's the Marshadow too. Like, Marshadow and the 2 Shaman are all relatively low HP. especially for Drampa. Like, Drampa really easily one-shots those. And it's really easy for a Trash Lance to one-shot those.
It's...
The escape rope. That's kind of neat. You don't see that too often in Night March.
Drampa's attack does 70 plus 80?
80 plus 70.
Okay. But in total it hits 150.
Correct.
So yeah, it doesn't need a choice band for Shaman or Marshadow. But,
so that puts him 4 Night Marchers. Oh, here's my question right there. I mean, he knew he's going to Sycamore. And he knows there's a good chance of him being able to get extra Night Marchers from this Sycamore. He's got 4 already. He's going to see 7 fresh cards. Would you have grabbed the Trubbish? Or would you have tried to grab, like, the Garbotoxin? Or even grab the Drampa for 2 prizes?
he used Escape Rope. So his
Right.
opponent got the choice.
I'm dumb.
Did you completely forget what Escape Rope does?
I was thinking Guzma for some reason.
It is not a Guzma outside of supporters.
Are you sure?
I'm very sure. Because that card would be broken, and I probably wouldn't play Pokemon.
I mean, you play with Darkrai.
Look, you were not playing before the Pokemon Catcher errata. It was awful.
It didn't matter what you put as your active. Your opponent was going to knock out whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
Before the errata, you think Shaman would have seen anywhere near as much play as it did?
Probably.
But
Yeah,
the format would have been even faster than it was?
I think Shaman still would have seen play. Because just... It's another draw supporter that's not a supporter.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Because, yeah, you can always, like... Your opponent could capture your Shaman.
That is
But you could capture their Shaman.
So he took a DCE off killing the Joltik. No, I think it's just having to watch him fix the cards in his hand every turn is what's triggering me.
Oh, I'm just ignoring the cards in his hand at this point.
I mean, he has a Lele, so he can go grab something. Or he can just play Teammates, that works too.
Teammates is a very good card.
You don't say.
I am saying it. That's why I just said it.
Fair enough, sir.
But what is he getting? That's the question.
Right.
I think I saw a DC, and he probably got the Joltik too.
Yep. Joltik DCE it was.
So do we know how many Night Marchers are in this card?
I believe he has 5 now.
So that's 100 damage. Marshadow. Well, even at full HP, it would have one-shot the Drampa. I guess the fighting weakness doesn't do anything now since it's already taken 100 damage.
See, I'm not a big fan of playing more than one Marshadow in Night March, but this is kind of one of those matchups where it might benefit him by playing 2.
Is this the one that was playing 2?
Yeah, he has 1 in his hand and 1 in play.
Oh, okay.
Because he's got 1 hiding there in his hand.
I can kind of see it, just because of the fact that you can now play Focus Sash to possibly prevent one-hit knockouts.
I'm just a bigger fan of, like, you don't want to open with Marshadow, because it's only useful in, like, select few matchups, and you still want to keep that one prize attacker thing going on. So it's like one of those things where, like, in testing, I found 2 to be too much and 1 to be just fine. Like, sure, it sucks if you play against Darkrai and it ends up prize, but the odds of that happening are slim.
Weren't you also doing a Mew, though, instead of the second Marshadow?
Yeah.
So it's probably something that just comes down to personal preference. Like, yeah, the Mew is a nice, just one prize attacker.
Who also has free retreat.
That is true.
So it's very good on Guzma and things like that.
I get what you're saying, but I also get the argument for the second Marshadow.
What is he getting? See, this is where a Karen could just break the game, because he's gone through a lot of resources. I think he's got like 1 compressor left. And it doesn't look like he's playing Puzzle. So if Drampa's playing Karen, it's probably just kind of over.
which the Drampa player should be playing Karen.
Most lists are.
I think if you're not playing Karen and Expanded, you're playing Night March or you're doing something wrong.
Or you're like playing one of those decks that has an easy Night March matchup already. Something like Greninja or stuff like that.
I guess to be fair, you could also be playing Vespa Queen and you wouldn't want Karen.
Yeah. Nah, man. But if you Karen while playing with Night March in the mirror, you throw them totally off guard.
Or you could just be a good player.
But who wants to do that?
I think these people do.
Are you sure? Did you ask them?
Well, they are playing for top, so...
And down goes the Garbodor. So it's going to be the first prize for Night March. And, no, second prize.
Yes. Wait, the Drampa went down?
No.
Oh, Garbodor went down. I'm not paying attention.
He knocked out the Trubbish earlier. I forgot about the Trubbish earlier.
Oh.
That's a big Drampa.
Is this just another Righteous Edge?
Yep.
So that's 2 energy he lost?
Mm-hmm. And he's lost at least 1, I think, to knockout. And it seems...
That's what I'm trying to figure out. How many of his energy are in the discard?
I think he's about out. Like, I think Special Charge already hit the discard, too. He's gonna get in.
Yeah, why not put your opponent down to 3 cards in hand? Alright. What do they get?
So Garb's at 3. Night March is at 4. Lysander, Ultra Ball, Field Blower, Hex. So, I mean, if he's playing a 3rd Shaman that's not prized, he could just go for the Shaman and draw 5.
He can't because of Garbotoxin.
Oh yeah, that's online again.
I mean, he could Ultra Ball for it. It just wouldn't do anything.
Well, he does have Field Blower in hand.
Does he?
So.
Oh, yeah, he does.
And he drew his last, what I believe is his last DCE. He doesn't have, he's got a, so sticky, yeah, DC to Marshadow I think is the right play there. And at this point, either he knows the Shaman's there, or he's just kind of hoping it's there. And it does not look like it's there.
I did see 2 energy in there, though.
He's just looking and praying that it just magically appears. I mean, this has got to be where he just scoops. I mean, yes, sir, you do still need to shuffle.
Nah, just let your opponent shuffle for you. Yeah, at this point, he just had to pass. And that is a knockout.
If he has a 3rd energy. Now, he could just retreat to the weakened one. Which is probably what he'll do. Or you're going to attach the Float Stone. Or he's just going to Righteous Edge again.
I forgot that he would have needed damage on the bench in order to get the knockout.
Yeah, that's true. So he's going to play Skyla?
Skyla to grab Floatstone.
Sure.
I guess. I think the game's just kind of gone. He just attached and passed.
Why didn't he float out?
I'm very confused.
Yeah. I don't understand why you attach the Float Stone and don't retreat.
I would have at least went out to the Pumpkaboo to potentially stop him from winning the game.
Like, I don't...
Although, I can see the argument for just leaving in there because if Garbodor's in play, you can't attack.
But he's only at 2 prizes. So, you kind of have to go to the Pumpkaboo if you intend on still playing that game.
Yeah. I think he was just passing and hoping his opponent didn't have it.
Right.
Because there was, what, 3 cards in his opponent's hand?
Something like that.
It is entirely possible he just didn't have anything, but he had something. So, I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead to the next game. Because we don't want to just sit here and watch people shuffle, and I'm skipping ahead.
You don't?
Alright, starting, flip over.
Trubbish, Joltik. I mean, that's a pretty optimal start for both. I mean, maybe Drampa is probably the optimal start, I guess, for Garb. But,
Right,
I mean, he gets to bridge it, so there's, like, 2 Trubbish and a Drampa, or whatever route he wants to go. 2 Drampa. Yeah, seems good.
Yeah, I'll take it. It's a little disheartening having to grab two prize Pokemon when you know you're going to be down on the prize trade, but it's just bigger Pokemon. You get the 2 Pokemon that use Righteous Edge. I don't know, he's the one playing the deck, not me, so I won't question it.
Alright, so Zora Night March just gets to go ham.
Except his
hand's good. He's got Battle Compressor
Yeah.
versus Seeker.
So he can literally just do anything.
And he's got 2 Night Marchers in hand, so he can just essentially go ahead and have 4 Night Marchers. What?
Okay.
He definitely did not play that right. I don't even think there was a defense on that one. Because the proper play is definitely to Battle Compressor, grab, like, double Lampent Sycamore, play whatever you wanted to out of that hand, and then Sycamore it away.
I'm very confused.
I don't... Because you had Versus Seeker to play a Draw Supporter. And he's not even grabbing a Draw Supporter off of this Battle Compressor to use Versus Seeker on next turn. His decision making is...
He literally has nothing now.
Yeah, I mean, he turned a good hand into a dead hand. Because what was that, Hex?
Yeah, Hex versus Seeker on a Pokemon.
Ugh. And it's a Lampent at that.
Yeah. So, like, he can Lysander something. Like,
Yeah, there's no defending that one. That's just a misplay.
maybe it just didn't register that, hey, I can put a supporter in there and grab it back. But that...
It's kind of one of the simple, basic plays of expanded Pokemon.
I mean, to be fair, not all decks use Battle Compressor anymore, so...
And at least he top decked a Shaman to try and get himself out of it.
And it looks a little bit better. I see a DC, Battle Compressor, Ultra Ball.
Oh, Battle Compressor, 2 Night Marchers, and a Draw Supporter. Please. Alright, so there's Battle Compressor. She's gonna get Joltik. Pumpkaboo. He's already passed over Sycamore. He's not gonna do it.
Are you...
He's just gotta not understand the synergy behind Battle Compressor and Versus Seeker.
I don't quite understand his logic.
I mean, he can still Ultra Ball here for Shaman, which he should do, because Hex doesn't really help him in this matchup, like, at all. You just throw away the Hex. Don't even think twice about it. And, we're so caught up on this, I totally missed that the Drampa player played an Oricorio.
I noticed it. I don't know. I didn't feel like pointing it out.
And assuming he has a Field Blower, it takes all of, 8 Pokemon in the yard to knock out a Joltik and a Punkaboo? Maybe 9? Because Punkaboo's 50 or 60?
Punkaboo is 60.
Okay, so it takes 9.
Yep. He can get 1 knockout with it.
Right.
I also want to point out that the Night March player just passed his turn. Didn't bother playing the Ultra Ball. Didn't play a supporter at all. I mean, to be fair, he doesn't really have many choices, but...
He did. Until he compressed her 3 Pokemon.
Well, yeah, after that he didn't have very many choices.
He could Ultra Ball Shaman. I think this is just a good time to emphasize the fact that you can never practice enough. Always practice your deck till you know it inside and out. If you can find articles online, read those articles. If you can find videos from any channel that's relatively established, watch them.
It's too much work.
Know a deck inside and out before a tournament.
It's too much work.
So is losing.
Nah, that's not any work at all. You just sit there and you play bad cards and you make misplays.
Okay, well, what about the cost of entry fee? Is that too much work?
No, you're literally just handing them paper or
But
plastic.
how do you get the paper or plastic? You have to work for it.
I don't work for it.
Not all of us are bums.
I do. It's called financial aid. I just tell them I don't make enough money.
And you claim all 7 of your children?
Sure. So he finally went for a Shaman.
The issue here become...
What?
Did he play Hex? Oh my god. Oh my god. He played Hex before he played a Shaman. Like, just snap. Oh my god.
Isn't this table 1?
It's one of the top 3 tables, or 4 tables, I know that much. How... I don't want to talk ill, you know what I mean?
He's playing the Versus Seeker. To do what? Well, interesting decision making.
Is that what we call it?
It's the nice way of saying it.
The PG way?
Ugh. But, like, what do you bring up?
It has a float stone, doesn't it? No.
No, it doesn't. I think you feel blurred it away. But now you have no cards in your hand. Wanna just Sycamores? This is something else.
Yeah.
And he got Floatstone. I think he's counting up how many Pokemon are in the discard. Or counting the number of items.
God. I mean, that Drampa's online. You just come in with Drampa and just...
I mean, yeah.
The Drampa's hitting extra hard.
He didn't really need the field blow or the choice band, but whatever.
Yeah, that's another thing you always kind of want to do. When there was just Tool Scrapper, that was one thing, but now that there's Field Blower and it's knocking off 2, you don't want to just drop your tools because you can. You kind of want to hold on to them until you need them. It's one thing if you're going to sycamore them away anyway, but if you don't need to play them and you're not going to put them in your discard, just hold them.
I can understand wanting to reduce the number of cards in his hand because he's going down to 2 prizes. Like if it's, okay, and he just top decks a Sycamore.
And they high-fived.
Almost 0 punishment.
I mean, it's too late, though. Like, it almost doesn't even matter what he draws here with anything. I mean, all it takes is a Versus Seeker or a Guzma, and that's game.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. It's just one of those times where, like, it could theoretically go his way to where he just picks up the game, even though he misplayed so much.
You're very optimistic, sir.
I'm not saying it's likely. I'm just saying it can happen.
I'm not used to you being the optimistic one. So he rescues Stretchers to put Shaman in his hand.
Because he had just used Field Blower.
I mean, I'm actually impressed with that play. All things considered here.
And then what's in Garble Player's hand? I saw...
He did not see an energy, though, so...
I mean, there's an Ultra Ball.
No, it's over.
Yeah.
Lysander! Hey! Okay, so Garble Drampa wins. Night March definitely made several crucial mistakes that kind of sealed their own fate.
Made the same mistake multiple times.
Yeah. It's just one of those things where, I mean, had he knew how to pilot the deck better, I definitely think that match is winnable. Because you can win that prize race, like, easy. Like, that's one of those matchups you don't use Tauros, you don't use Marsh. I mean, you can use Marshadow, but you don't really need to. If they open Drampa and you can get a quick cheeky knockout, sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
But you don't even need to use Marshadow most times in that matchup. You just win the prize race. Because, yeah, you're dumping a lot of items, but you're dumping a lot of Night Marchers, too. Especially because it doesn't look like Drampa was playing Karen.
Nope, never saw it once.
He could have got punished pretty hard. It's just one of those things where you should always practice, and make sure you know your deck inside and out.
Maybe he just picked it up like the day before.
Probably. Or it's just new in general. Practice makes perfect, kids.
Well, that'll do it for this video. We have round 5, and then we cut to top 4 and top 2.
And I think we only have 2 more left.
Nope, I think
we actually had to delete round 4 and that this was round 5.
Okay, so no way. We have just top 4 and top 2 left?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll be starting on that now.
Stay jolly.